Hey Techno Studs, in this video we're going to subnet a class B. All the concepts are exactly the same, and really it's just like subnetting a class C, except for there are larger numbers that we're dealing with, which may seem a little confusing at first, but really is very similar. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through another exercise. I'd like you to try it on your own, check your answers, and then we'll go through it together. So as you can see, we're dealing with quite a few bigger numbers here. We've got the 141.44.something.something, so we're dealing with a class B address here. We have 32 networks. I didn't have enough space to put them all on there, but we've got a total number of 32 networks. We're just gonna do the first 6 and figure out the first 6. And then it ranges anywhere from 1,500 hosts per network down to 2 hosts per network. So that's what we're working with. Other than that, you can see that we made some adjustments. So there's the hosts go all the way up to 65,000. The networks go all the way up to 16,000. So we made a few little adjustments like that. So at this point in time, go ahead and pause your video, try this out on your own, and then hit play and see how close you came. And then we will then after that go through it together in case you want a little extra help as you're going through this process. Here are the answers. So go ahead and pause your video again and check to see what you came up with and make sure it's close to what we have here. So go ahead and check your answers. All right, hopefully that's close. Now what we're gonna do is let's step through the process together to see what we come up with. The first thing that I'm gonna need to do is determine how many bits I'm gonna need to borrow. I need a total number of 32 networks. So I can get exactly that right there. So 32 networks right there. And then I also need up to 1,500 hosts per network. So I can cross that off, or really I can just jump straight to this is going to be what we need right there. So this is where I'm going to draw the line. I am borrowing 8 bits for this. All right, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in or start figuring out what my different networks are. So here's where that binary counting comes in. So we'll just play this out. And like I say, we're only going to go to this 6th network right here. Okay, next what we need to do is figure out what the network is. So if these are all zeros here for the network address, then what we're going to do, and I ended up putting a 0 right there, which this is really just the division line there. Okay, between the 2 octets. All right, so what our network is, it's going to be 0.0. So 141.44.0.0. All right, the broadcast address would be then all 1s through here. So if we were to calculate that out, this would be .255, and 1s here would be the 4 plus the 2 plus the 1, so 4, 5, 6, 7. So .7. So the broadcast address is .7.255. So the usable address, the usable range is anywhere from .0.1 through .7.254. So we're going to subtract 1 from that last octet there and add 1 to the last octet there to find out what the usable host range is. So there we have it. So I could also do my other method where I figure out all the networks first. So this network is .8, and then .16, then .24, then .32, then .40, and then this is actually .0.0.0.0.0. And then I can figure out what the broadcast is from there by subtracting 1. It looks a little strange when we subtract 1, like this .16.0, we're subtracting 1 from it. So we have to borrow from this 3rd octet for the 4th octet. to subtract 1 from it. So that brings that down to .15.255. And this would be .23.255. This one would be .31.255. And this one would be .39.255. And then our next one would be .48.0. So this one would be .47.255. And then we configure out the usable range in between, which is going to be .8.1 through .15.254. So I won't make you stay for the rest of this, but you can see we would just calculate for the usable host address, and that is fairly straightforward at this point. As always, I would just check your work again, make sure that you are good to go, and make sure you have this down before you proceed on to the next set of videos.